At Man City Fan TV, we're really pleased to promote this wonderful sketchwork, artwork by a lady called Leslie Ross. You can follow Leslie on Twitter at 111Leslie111 and also follow her on Facebook and Twitter at 9320art.
Hi guys, it's Ray here from Man City Fan TV. Well, we're top of the league. We sit on top of the Premier League table right now after yesterday's goalless draw at Goodison Park between the two Merseyside clubs. And something quite unusual for City this week. We've not got a game in midweek. And in fact, I believe it's the first time we've got 7 days without a game since August. I mean, that's a long time. We've had a hell of a lot of games quite recently. We've had 27 games in 99 days across various competitions: Carabao Cup, FA Cup, League and Champions League. So I think our players are just going to probably relax a bit this week, get some time off. I saw Bernardo Silva over in France yesterday on TV, on Canal Foot, if you follow that sort of thing. And he looked really happy, in a jovial mood, talking about Ben Mendy and the fact that Ben Mendy is always cuddling and kissing him. So at least the players are in good spirits and they got some time off, and they do need that time off. As I said, 27 games in just 99 days. It's about 3.5 days per game. So you're not getting much break between games. And next week, once we start again, we've got Watford on the Saturday. I think we've got Schalke and Swansea in the FA Cup. So we'll have another 3 games in 8 days. And the games are going to come thick and fast. Fortunately, I think for us, we're going to have the international break, where some of our players will get a break, some of them won't. But fingers crossed, they won't be too taxed and too overutilised for their international teams. Because from the 30th of March, I think, when we go to play Fulham, if we get through all the competitions, FA Cup and Champions League, whatever, we'll have 12 games in 39 or 40 days. That's a ridiculous schedule. Even if it was 40 days, it's less than 3.5 days between games. It is quite ridiculous. It's got to take a toll. And you look at the injuries that Kevin De Bruyne got at the weekend. And Pep said that's down to playing so many games. Your muscles just give up after a while. John Stones got injured as well. So, with all these games thick and fast, there's obviously a big risk that players will get injured or that they won't be able to perform at their optimum level. But to be quite honest, I'd rather be in our position than anybody else's. We're still fighting across 4 fronts. We've won 1 trophy already, 3 to go, and I'd rather, and I think the players would as well, they'd rather be in competitions than sitting on the sidelines watching. What would you rather do, be playing in an FA Cup quarter-final or a semi-final, or sitting back and watching it on TV? I know what I'd rather do, and I'm pretty sure the players feel the same way too. Okay, today's video is actually not about how much rest we're going to get for players, but I want to discuss, yet again, Riyad Mahrez, following some comments that Pep has made post the game against Bournemouth. Now, if you remember, Riyad came on just before half-time for the injured Kevin De Bruyne, and he scored the winning goal with his right foot, of all things. He doesn't normally take shots with his right foot, doesn't do too much with his right foot. It's there, we feel, sometimes just for standing on. But hey, he scored the goal, he scored the winning goal, and you've got to give him credit for that. So I just want to look at a little bit about Riyad and why he's kind of misfired this season in some people's eyes, and what Pep said to help encourage him, because he said it's his chance to shine. Now, Riyad he's only started, I think, 11 league games out of 29 games. And he's been mainly used in the cups, whether it's the Carabao Cup, the FA Cup, and the Champions League, where I think he's played 4 or 5 of the 7 games. I think 4 games out of 7 that we've played in the Champions League, Riyad Mahrez has featured in them. So, I mean, we look at we discussed some of the issues yesterday. I did a podcast with Andy and other people, and we were discussing Riyad Mahrez, amongst other things, in our almost 2-hour chat. And we kind of agreed that, at Leicester, he was a big fish in a small pond. And you can kind of get away with taking risks at Leicester. You know, you can try your dribbles. If they don't come off, no big deal. If you can try shots from all over the place, don't come off, no big deal. You might not want to run as hard as possibly you could or should. It's no big deal. You know, he was a big fish in a small pond. There was only a few big fish. It was Vardy, N'Golo Kante as well, maybe Kasper Schmeichel and Mahrez. But Mahrez was probably one of the biggest fish in their title-winning season. And so coming to City, it's a totally different environment. He didn't get a lot of time at the start of the season with the other players in a proper pre-season because our players were mostly at the World Cup. And so when he went on tour to the United States, you know, I mean, who was there? Mostly kids and Leroy Sané. So he didn't get a proper chance to integrate with the rest of the players. And yeah, he does need a run of games. I mean, we said it before. Many people have said he needs a few games to get his confidence going because he's still, obviously, in my opinion, lacking in confidence. And that will only come from good games and a run of games and a run of good games. And I think he has to get his chin up, you know. I think Pep said last week that some players, and I think Mahrez was one of the ones he was referring to as well as Leroy Sané, are not happy when they're not playing and when they're not playing games. And he told them to take a leaf out of Alexander Zinchenko's book because he's always happy. It doesn't matter if he's missed 6, 7, 8 games. He trains hard, he's got a smile on his face, he's happy, and he's ready to perform at the highest level when he gets an opportunity. And for me, I don't think Mahrez is taking as many risks as some other players. You look at someone like Raheem Sterling, he's ready to go on the left, on the right. And when he's playing on the right wing, for instance, he'll go outside the player, he'll come inside, he'll come across, you know, he'll do all sorts, and he's quite destructive wherever he goes. Same with Leroy Sané. Leroy Sané is happy to go outside, happy to do short passes, run down the line, cutbacks, but he's also happy to come across the 18-yard box, the penalty area, and dribble and take people on. Bernardo as well. Bernardo exudes confidence when he's played out on the right. And I don't think Riyad Mahrez has got the confidence to take the risks, to do something different. You know, most of the time he's pretending to go on the right, on his right foot, but he always cuts back onto his left. It's very rare that you find him going on outside and staying outside on his right foot. I think he did that in one of the cup games, whether it was at Burton or against Rotherham, and he absolutely left the defender for dead. He's pretty much on the floor because he wasn't expecting it. And I want Riyad Mahrez to do more unexpected things. Defenders, they watch the videos, they've worked him out that he wants to come onto his left foot. He's reluctant to go out on his right. Maybe, yes, his right's his weaker foot, but I think he should take that option more often because I think that will lead to more opportunities because players, and especially defenders, are certainly not expecting it. So this is an opportunity right now. I mean, Riyad's played half the last game, he scored a goal, and this is his chance to shine. So what has Pep said about Riyad and his opportunity now? It's so important for him. Firstly, for the team, said Pep. He has to be ready and positive. Okay, my time is going to come. The time is going to come because there are a lot of games. I don't have any doubts about his quality, and always his mentality is aggressive. But he has to understand where he is. And where he is at a team who scored 100 points last season and in every game fights and run and play. And the people in front are Leroy, last season, one of the most important players that we had, Bernardo, the best player in the league, and Raheem. So, you know, put it like that, he's encouraging Riyad to step up, and hopefully this will give him more confidence, more motivation to show what he can really do, and bring back some of the better form he had at Leicester. But you've also got to appreciate the guys who are in front of him. You know, saying Bernardo Silva's the best player in the league. Okay, maybe he's slightly biased, but he's one of the best players in the league. And I'm pretty sure if we did a poll right now amongst City fans, he'd come out on top above Aguero. Even though Aguero scored a load of goals, I think Bernardo Silva will come out on top. He had a very, very good first half of the season, and he's playing very, very well right now. Leroy Sané, exceptional talent. He's ahead of Mahrez in the pecking order, and so is Raheem Sterling. So Riyad might be the fourth choice wide man. But he's got to push, he's got to work hard, and hopefully his confidence will come, his time will come. He will take this chance to shine. And looking at the games that we got coming up, and we got Watford at the weekend, he might get a start there. But I really do expect to see him being given a chance against Schalke in the Champions League. As I said, I think he's played 4 out of the 7 Champions League games so far. And I think with the fact that we're winning 3-2 in the first leg and we're at home, I think this is an ideal opportunity. If Mahrez shows enough this week in training, enough positivity, enough fight, enough aggression, I think it's an ideal opportunity for Riyad Mahrez to get a start against Schalke, and then maybe if he can do a good level of performance, then maybe he can roll that on into Swansea when we play away in the FA Cup at the weekend, next weekend. So it's an ideal opportunity for Riyad. He has to take it. He has to grasp it. All City fans, just about all City fans I know, they want Riyad Mahrez to be a success. They want him to be a success at City. And we want him to do more and show us more. It might be next season he's even better after he's had a full pre-season working under Pep with his systems, working with the other players. Because right now, there's not a lot that you can really achieve on the training ground. Because as I said, we've been playing every 3 or 4 days. So there's no proper, really hard training. You'll get that pre-season for the 3-4 weeks or whatever it is that we have for pre-season throughout July. You'll get all that opportunity to work on tactics, work with the players and get that feeling with them. Because we saw against West Ham, Riyad and Kevin weren't on the same wavelength. Sometimes Kev's pass were, you could argue, a bit late. Riyad ran too early. Whichever way you want to look at it, those 2 guys weren't working on the same level. So hopefully with a good pre-season behind him, he'll be more in tune with the rest of the players. The rest of the players will be more in tune with him. So fingers crossed he can take his opportunities. As I said, that I'll repeat again, that chance to shine. It's here now. It's his opportunity. He needs to take it with both hands, show us what he's capable of, and show us that he's capable of a consistent high level of performance. And if you can do that, there's more chances he'll start, because I feel, Leroy Sané is having some issues because he's not getting a lot of games at the moment. Hooked off very early into the second half against West Ham. And with Kevin potentially injured for, we don't know how long. I'm hopeful to be ready for the weekend. But if Kevin's injured and Leroy Sané's out of favour, then the natural thing is to put Bernardo in midfield, Sterling on the left, Riyad Mahrez on the right. So that is a great opportunity right now for Riyad Mahrez to take this chance. And I hope he does. And I hope he has a great future at City. Guys, if you haven't already subscribed to our YouTube channel, what's stopping you? It's dead easy. Just click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. See you around, Blues.